Sometimes history doesn't read like a textbook. It reads like a rumor that somehow left paperwork. Sometimes history doesn't read like a textbook. It reads like a rumor that somehow left paperwork. 5 conflicts so odd they sound invented. Yet, they happened. Calmly told, carefully sourced. We'll visit Australia, medieval Italy, East Africa, the Pacific Northwest, and Central America. We'll look past the headlines to the human patterns beneath. Western Australia had a bad harvest. Then, thousands of emus walked through fields and flattened what remained. Farmers asked for help. The government sent soldiers with machine guns, uniforms, logistics, headlines. The birds didn't line up like an army. They scattered, mixed with livestock, and ran faster than trucks on rough ground. Ambushes failed. Ammunition ran down. Photographers smiled. The press called it a farce. After weeks, the military withdrew. The solution shifted to fences and bounties, not bullets. It wasn't humans versus birds. It was logistics versus nature, and nature had home field advantage. Bologna and Modena were rival city-states. The story says Modenese soldiers stole a wooden bucket from Bologna's well. A bucket isn't strategic, but it's symbolic. We were here, and we can take what's yours. Raids escalated into a set-piece battle near Zappolino. Chroniclers disagree on numbers, as medieval sources do. Modena won and staged a victory procession. The bucket, original or later, became legend. Beneath the story sat taxes, trade routes, and pride. Objects become containers for years of rivalry. When identity is on the line, even a water bucket can carry a war. A sultan died in Zanzibar. His successor took the palace without British approval. An ultimatum followed with a fixed time. Morning arrived. The deadline passed. British ships opened fire on the palace and coastal guns. Within about 38 minutes, a flag fell, defenses failed, and the war, if we can call it that, was over. It's tempting to treat this as trivia. It was really a lesson in imbalance. Concentrated firepower against a single exposed target. The short length doesn't make it small to the people there. Damage and deaths were real. The politics continued. Sometimes speed is not efficiency. It's asymmetry. American settlers and British subjects shared nearby islands in the Pacific Northwest. The border's exact line was still fuzzy. One summer, a settler found a neighbor's pig in his potato patch. He shot the pig. Complaints became threats. Threats brought troops. British ships anchored, American soldiers dug in. Here's the curious part. After all the posture and hardware, both sides showed restraint. No human battle casualties. A commission later drew the line. The dispute cooled into paperwork. The islands stayed peaceful. The pig war shows how time and face-saving can diffuse a crisis born from one unlucky animal. El Salvador and Honduras met in World Cup qualifiers. Fans poured anger and hope into the games. Violence followed matches. Headlines blamed football. But migration, land reform, and politics had been building for years. Borders lit up. Airstrikes and ground fights erupted. A ceasefire came within days, but displacement and loss lasted. The game was a spark in a room already filled with smoke. When daily pressures stack up, symbols, flags, songs, matches carry more than they should. Blaming the spark alone hides the wiring in the walls. They aren't really about birds, buckets, pigs, minutes, or matches. They're about symbol and scale. Symbols carry pride or insult. Scale decides whether sparks grow or fade. Institutions strong or brittle, leaders rash or patient. History leaves us puzzles like these. Evidence of what happened and only shadows of why. If you liked this calm walk through strange conflicts, there's more coming. Subscribe to Quiet Frame Studio for weekly stories, maps, margins, and the small details that change how we see the world.